So I had this idea after thinking on it. I had a dream, and I wanted to make this video now. Um, I had a dream that I got a retro system, and it was like a remake of the Xbox. And I only paid I think that it was sold for $100. I know that's not realistic, but that would be nice if it could be sold for $100. But here's the idea for the console. It would be like it's a little bit smaller than the actual one. It's lighter. And now it's a black console, and it has the X on it with the black, but in the middle of it it's a green X. And then you could also have the black X with Xbox. It's a horizontal oval on the bottom middle that says Xbox on it instead of being in the middle. I don't know. That's just how it looked in my dream. So this is the idea. Xbox Live support on select games with the Microsoft Store for downloads from select games or from select developers. So they would bring back Xbox Live support on the retro games, and they would have a Microsoft Store from select developers that wanted to put their games on the store. So that way you didn't have to go out and hunt for games, but I personally would rather, go out and try to collect the games. It would put a value on the retro games, so they might be worth. They might that's it. I have the pros and cons at the end. I didn't add that one in, but I'll just say it now. That could be a con, that the retro games, the discs, they'd be valued less now, or more. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never made a video like this in particular. I haven't made actual videos in a long time, so sorry about this. So new wireless controllers, but also compatible with older controllers. I thought that would be a good idea. A Blu-ray player with releases of bundled games on disc. That's one thing that would help people to find the games. They would just put like bundled games on a Blu-ray disc that you'd be able to put into the console. So that way you didn't have to go out and hunt for certain games. You can just have a big bundle of games on a disc. Maybe each developer can bundle their games. If you don't want to mix developers on one disc, but just have each developer have their classic games on a disc. Of course, they would have to be willing to do this. And another idea that I didn't put on here, I'll write it down here. Better enhanced graphics and HDMI support. So I know the Xbox One X enhances the graphics on Xbox original games, so they could do that with this console as well. Now, a bigger hard drive, instead of using an HDD, they can use an SSD. I know SSD aren't bigger, but for what you would want to use it for, I would say an SSD. That way it lasts longer and it doesn't, have a chance to really break, compatible with all OG Xbox games. So all the games that you bought before and that you find, you can play them on there. That's the difference with this and the Xbox One X, or just the Xbox One in general. The backwards compatibility it has, that's why it would appeal to people. So that way they would buy this. They'd have an updated version of the console. With Xbox Live, you'd be able to sync your gamer tag. You'd be able to sync your account. So that way, they can even add trophies and achievements. Or not trophies. Sorry, they can add achievements in as well. Now, here's the pros and cons. Pros: can be a unique way to get a handle on the console market. I know they're trying a lot with the Xbox All Access. They're trying to appeal to the fans and get a good handle on the console market. So I think that would be a good way. Re-releasing a retro console with upgrades could sell very well. It appeals to both old and young gamers. With a possible revival of Xbox Live on this console with the help of developers, it would be another good way for Xbox to show they care for the gamers. It would also be reviving retro gaming. Here are the cons. Unpredictable player counts on retro Xbox Live games. Price would be a bit higher than buying an OG Xbox. But the only way to get an OG Xbox is secondhand and through like a flea market or something, so, or a pawn shop. So that's why it'd be pretty cool to have it re-released. However, if they could keep it under $200, that would be great. Developers would have to still be around and willing to make deals for re-releases and Microsoft Store downloads, or whoever owns the rights to the games would have to approve it. And another con is that there's actually going to be more for you to collect. So if you already have a complete Xbox original collection, if they start re-releasing the games as well as the console, you'd have to collect the games as well. But it also could be a pro because it's even more for your collection. So that's my idea, and I hope this video reaches Microsoft. And that's my whole idea. That's my whole thing. I want to just maybe somebody at Microsoft to see this, pass it on, and see if they would like this idea. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter if you get your idea from some guy on YouTube. If it's a good idea, you should do it. And I'm not gonna be mad or nothing if you take my idea, because that's why I put it on YouTube. That way, people can see it and people can think this would be good. And if it gets a good response, my channel isn't that big, so I haven't uploaded it in a long time, so I'm not sure how many people to reach. But hopefully it's you guys can tweet this out and help me out. Help us out for this idea. I think it's a pretty good idea. I know it's not the most professional video, it's just a notepad, but I don't know how to get in contact with people at Microsoft, so hopefully I'll tweet this video to one of them, and hopefully they can see it, and hopefully this can be reality one day. That would be pretty cool, man. Alright, thanks for watching.